What we're seeing is the UN mandate allowing for the presence of US troops in this country, authorizing the war, is coming to an end. The clock is ticking to the end of the year. So, Washington and Baghdad are trying to come to an agreement to regulate the future presence of US troops during the next presidency. However, those talks are stalled. The Iraqi Prime Minister came out this morning and said they're virtually in deadlock. We know from one of his aides that America this week presented a second draft of the agreement. In principle, say the Iraqis, it's the same as the first. We're going to reject it. What we're also hearing from the Iraqi government is that they may go it alone, using a hangover snippet of law left over from the original American Occupation Authority of Paul Bremer. They could create their own legislation in their own Congress or Parliament and thereby dictate to America what US troops can and cannot do in this country, where they can go, where they must stay, and how many you're allowed to have. So you may see the Iraqis taking over this war, and you may see a lot of US gains being drawn back, Tony.
Oh, Michael, so let's take this apart a bit. So there is a possibility that the Iraqis may come up with an agreement that essentially dictates terms of U.S. forces' presence in the country in terms of numbers and responsibilities. Is there, I know this is all about a negotiation, but is there anything to indicate, well, have you heard any reaction from the David Satterfields of the world to what you're reporting now?
Well, I can't speak openly about background conversations I've had with senior US officials involved in the negotiations, but I can tell you that the American negotiators do accept that this option of Iraq going it alone, passing its own laws and essentially jamming them down the throats of the next president, is a legally viable option.